Hi, this is Michael, and I'm sure you're watching this because you're wondering if you should go to law school. Did you know about 150,000 people every single year apply to law school? It's not very clear why they do so, but they are in record numbers. In fact, I was among those who went to law school at one point in time. I graduated and passed the bar. I would say it's a very costly investment. I mean, nowadays it's actually costs nearly $200,000 for 3 years. I'm sure that if you looked very carefully, you could find something better to do with your time with 3 years. More likely than not, 3 years is a long period of time. It's a opportunity cost. Not only are you spending the tuition $200,000 for 3 years for a school like USC, but in addition to that, that's 3 years that you could have been doing something else. And I know right now you're probably in college, you're wondering, can I do something else? What would I be good at? But that's a bad reason to apply to law school just because you don't know what else is available to you. I think if you actually looked, you would find that the opportunity that there actually are positions out there that have very low entry uh, barriers to entry, but still offer a very good salary. As an example, luxury real estate. A real estate license, it doesn't cost you very much, maybe a few $100 for schooling and a little bit more for to get the license. But if you sold real estate in Beverly Hills, for instance, or luxury markets around the U.S., you would make way more than an entry level attorney. I mean, there are entry level attorneys now in LA. I see them. I see jobs for like $35 an hour, sometimes 30, and it's just for document review. And document review is boring. All you're doing is just reading documents and saying whether it's relevant or irrelevant for a case. It's nothing like it is on TV where you're focusing on the big scheme of things and focusing on the case. Nope, you're just basically making a very small assessment as to whether the case is viable. I mean, whether information is relevant or irrelevant, and then you let more senior attorneys deal with the legal matters. The other issue is that attorney salaries are not going up in the same way that tuition is going up. You're paying a lot more than people have in the past, but the salaries are not really keeping up considering how much you were quote unquote invested in your law school tuition. So I think that's a huge problem. That's one reason why I think you need to explore a lot of different choices. I think you should first try to find other positions that you find more enjoyable. I mean, I think it's highly unlikely that you enjoy document review. I mean, might be one of the few in the world if that is what you want to do. Also, I think people overestimate how well they will do in law school. I mean, if you are going to law school, you probably were the top of your class, getting A's and things like that. But you know what? That's actually kind of rare in law school. Unless you are really in the top 10% of your class, you're not going to get an extremely high salary. More likely than not, if you're in the middle or the bottom of your class, you're going to have to create your own uh, law office. And that's going to be incredibly difficult, and you will find that the salary you're making is probably less or about the same that you are making now. And not only that, but you have to also pay enormous debt too. So I think for the vast majority of you, unless you really are extremely passionate about the idea of practicing law, I think it's a bad idea, and I think you should think twice. I might make another video about uh, whether uh, whether it's actually a good investment for some people. I'll try to come up with some reasoning as to why it's a good investment for some folks. Okay, that's it for now.